CFG Game Cast, episode number 238, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week, and we release it on all podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts. Nope, no more Google Podcasts. I don't know why I'm bringing that old school one back up, but anyways, what you know what I mean. But hey, do us a follow.
On all services.
Yeah, do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, commenting, or sharing on our YouTube page, the CFG, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, David Screen, and with me today, I got my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
I hit the button twice. Cyborg things. Yeah. So to answer everybody's question, I've been taking a break because my hands don't work. I can't even really play off stream either. I had to tell the Spoopy crew, aka Mayor, and the rest of the Spoopy crew, like, I'm out indefinitely till further notice. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's so stupid. We don't know if it's related to my brain surgery issues, where like it would be a stem compression, but they're assuming that it is either, I'm going to try to say it again, Guillain-Barré syndrome or carpal tunnel is the theory. I'm real hoping for carpal tunnel. Well, either one's fine for me, because then they can do a surgery and then I'll be back, So hopefully, because
I was just thinking about this, but originally I actually had to have surgery for my carpal tunnel like 3 or 4 years ago. And yeah, because like I got to a point that I couldn't move my wrist at all, like without getting it. Yeah. So then they had to make a decision like right here on the bottom cuff.
Yeah.
And then they had to like take care of something, like I think they had to snip like a bridge or something where one of the big nerves or something was there.
There's like a ligament that squishes it.
That squishes it, so that was causing that compression. And I was now when you're just thinking about your issues that you're having, I'm like, wow, that's kind of what I was having a little bit.
Yeah. So they did nerve conduction. I'm wearing a sweater because I'm covered in bruises from getting poked with this tiny little needle. Yeah, they basically run a current through me, and then whatever moves, yay. I don't really know. They didn't explain. He was talking about baseball the whole time. I'm like, great sports, woo. But yeah, the hope is surgery. A brace is kind of out of the question because I know there's braces for carpal tunnel that you can wear. Yeah. I can move my wrists just fine. My hands just don't do what I ask them to. Like holding things in a fist, no worky. I have been keeping my nails long so that I'm forced to sleep like this, so that I don't like put my make a fist and like lean on it, because then I wake up and I'm like, how do I get over it?
And it gets stuck like that.
Yeah, and then he usually is
had something like that
out of it. So he's like, yeah, clowns, and then rolls over, and I'm like, okay, one, you can do it, and then I have to like unfurl them. It's a thing. Like I had to buy. We bought new silverware the other day because I can't hold Adam's really cool, fancy silverware. As he says, I just chuck it across the room. It's like they have a mind of their own, or they're possessed. It's kind of funny. I just laugh all the time, but I'm terrified I'm going to drop one of the kittens. So
yeah,
that I hold them like this, like a baby. Yeah. I'm like, please don't, because they both sploot. They're both like dingle babies. They're just chill, but yeah. So that's kind of what's going on. I'm getting testing done. I get the results on the 14th. So not next weekend, but the week after I'll know more. So there you go.
Good.
All right. Hey, but Lex.
Yeah.
You know who should be in Porkins class by now in the Star Wars ranked game, shoot 'em up battle royale game on this Nintendo Switch?
He says Porkins class.
Jesus, his name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
I actually got the best car too this morning, so I'm almost there. We're almost there. We're getting top 100 this season, hopefully. But no, other than that, like I said, and we spoke a little bit offline, I accepted a full-time position working at a sports betting network. So back in the control room, doing production, hella, nice and chill. Know a lot of people that work there. So I'm excited to have just some consistent income. And, it's been a year since I had last had a full-time job. So got to get back into things, continue to build my own business as well. But this should give me a little more freedom and wiggle room to do things. Other than that, I started out a little bit of Throne and Liberty. I had totally forgot that I played the beta with Dust. But I hopped back in the other day and started that back up. Still playing Once Human, Marvel Snap. We had gotten to 91 last season, so I'm climbing again. I believe I'm at like 69 right now. So, we're working our way up, and we'll try to get Infinite this season for sure. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. But overall, it's been solid. It's been crazy busy because like right now I'm working a freelance schedule, so they've been, wherever they need help, they've been putting me in. So like last week I had to be to work at like 7. This week was at noon. So I just kind of been bouncing around and making things work. But overall, things have been fantastic.
Okay, but that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Man, but you know what? At least one thing though. Well, first off, so have you touched Throne that game, that new MMO? Or
Throne of Liberty?
Yeah, Throne of Liberty, like so far?
Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. I started it up the other day, but unfortunately there's a maintenance like an hour after I got into it, so I haven't been back since. Because I'm like right now I'm kind of bouncing between that and Once Human as well. Because the new server stuff started over there, so it's like back from one, and I never actually finished the damn story. Which was my bad. I know, dude. I got so close. I was like literally at the end.
I'm so surprised.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well,
That is,
no.
That
well,
is your MO.
Because like
I'm shocked and appalled.
I was training, or not training. I'm sorry. I was traveling a bunch, 2 at a time. So like there was days that like I was gone, and I thought I had like another couple of days, and I went to sign up for the next thing, and it pushed me into a different server, and I was like, "You've got to be shitting me." So I just
yeah. You're welcome.
I'm just sorry, dude. Like it's just like it's just a pattern. That's all I'm saying.
I mean that's one that I will finish. And again, I was right there. Had I not pushed that through, then I would have had the days to do it. But because I did the sign up thing, I knew it was confusing. But I was like, it said that you could sign up and then it waits until your server closes. But I don't know what happened. It pushed me through. The server still had like 3 days left on it.
Oh, okay, cool. So Saito's asking if you went into the PvP server. We're holding off for the frozen zone to open. So I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I have not yet, Scyther. I have not gone into a PvP server.
Okay. Oh, so you've just been playing for the story, essentially. I usually don't
I've
like
just
PvP
been playing
servers.
for the story, yeah.
Okay.
He just wants to know the ending, poor guy.
Yeah. No, and I know, right?
I can tell you, Bob dies, and so does Steve and Carl.
Thank you. Yeah. I will murder you.
Like. Maybe Merlin. We don't know. I know nothing about. Are you kidding? I know nothing. I'm just naming off like the names of the skeletons out front of my house. I don't fucking know.
Well, that's good.
What about
we'll
you,
see.
Davis? How's your week been, man?
It was good, man. I've finally was able to finish off the demo of Metaphor, which was good. I did that on Wednesday, I believe, and I'm sold. I was already sold on the game. I wasn't thinking that it was gonna be a bad one, but like I said, there were some things that impressed me, some things that kind of disappointed me for the most part. It was gonna check that out. Then I decided I'm gonna stream Arkham Asylum, the very first one. Arkham Asylum starting
really
tomorrow because in remembrance of my one of my streaming buddies who passed away. That was his during this month he always played like he did a marathon playing all of the Batman games. Tashir Games. So like
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So every month he did.
He was on the show, Lex.
I know. I didn't know he passed away.
Yeah.
Was this recently?
No, he passed away about.
Oh, okay. So I did know. Okay, I was like, I thought we talked about it last year. Okay, I'm an idiot.
I think it was
Yeah.
a couple
Ignore
years
me.
ago now.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah, so like
he's
so
great.
yeah, he was a good dude. So yeah, so I decided, you know what, I wanted to play that. I was like, you know what, I haven't played it in a long time, so I think it's due time
It's a
for me
good game.
to try it out. Yeah, so I was doing that, just gonna do that in remembrance of him, and then just kind of getting ready for basically the grind fest of what Metaphor is going to be once that happens, once that's officially out on Fridays or Thursday or Friday. So we'll see with that. But yeah, I'm trying to keep it open for now, and go from there. But it was, like I said, I definitely loved Metaphor. Oh, and of course, guess what? More Astrobot. So there you go. So yeah.
Wait, I thought you already 100. You did not 100% it yet, right? You're just you said you were taking your time, right?
Yeah, I'm taking my time because there's no reason to rush. Because now when the new free DLC is going to come out in November, it's like I'd rather not beat the game until I get to do the DLC too. You know, so there's nothing that I would be like. You know, there's no like I hate when you finish a game and then there's a DLC that comes out and then they're like, okay, there's some more stuff that you can finish up. No, I want to do it all in one go and do it, you know? So there you go.
Well, and when does that DLC come out for it?
I want to say November 5th, either November 5th or the second week of November or so. So we'll see. But yeah, it's really, so I'm just really good. I'm just relaxing until then. And, hopefully just counting the time down and stuff. Oh, and it was actually kind of funny. So I took I did my weigh-in this week, and which, by the way, you should, if you're up to date, if you're wanting to check something cool out, like I just released the 3rd episode of Fat Nerd Chronicles on my YouTube page on the CFG channel.
The walk.
Did the Dallas Heart Walk and did an unboxing and stuff, and then a ridiculous weight loss. Like I lost 23 pounds in the weight loss, which was crazy.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it was
Hell
crazy. Yeah, so I was like, I was so surprised when I went on that scale. It was a good surprise. I was just like, holy crap, 23. I didn't believe the scale at first. I was like, there's no way.
Wait a second, let me check the batteries real quick.
I was like, I was like, am I getting punked? And then it's like, no. So then I was looking up some old photos, and I saw the photo when I was in Japan, and then I was like, I still have the shirt, and I still have the shorts I was wearing during that day, and I wore it up, and then the shorts do not fit. Like they don't touch my waist at all anymore.
All down.
So I was just like,
I don't think your
crap.
other pants and or shorts do either. Because I've seen your butt crack a lot, but I digress. Sorry,
You want to call me
it is
straight
true.
up? The good old
When he
plumber's crack.
says, "I'll be right back," I go, "Okay," and I wait till I hear him get up and hit the door. And I'm like, "All right, we're safe."
My finger instantly goes to print screen.
I should. What am I doing? Oh, I'm slacking.
That is funny. So yeah, so we're gonna go. So yeah, so we'll see. Nice. The crack is whack. But anyways, yeah, so let's go. Anyways, but I know y'all don't want to talk about my crack or my plumber's crack any more than what Lex likes to do. So we'll go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, on YouTube, to be a part of the conversation as always. So like by all means, just type it inside the chat. We will love to discuss it with you as always and go from there. So this week I am going to go first. So, and I was just was reading an article. It's actually quite interesting because it kind of brought it up to my mind about this developer, because they've been in this situation before, not that long ago, actually, about maybe 3-4 years ago. Would you say about that time, about when the PlayStation 5 was when the Switch was like in its first year or whatever. And this is Ubisoft, really. So Ubisoft has not had a good year overall. actually hasn't had not necessarily a good year, but I would say it's been a couple of years that Ubisoft hasn't really been hasn't really been hitting it on all chains for the most part. And now their most recent release of what's it called, Star Wars, why can't I remember, Star Wars Outlaws, that they've even admitted that this was a disappointing release, or a disappointing announcement. So or a disappointing release for them. I think they only sold 1 million copies, and for a Star Wars game, that is not good. That is not a lot for a Star Wars game. So then you saw the announcement that that Assassin's Creed Shadows was delayed until the first quarter, in which later on, I believe this week, they've even admitted that they were wanting to delay it a long time prior, like a while longer, for a long time, and they finally got that approval just this week. Or just before the announcement of them delaying it to the first quarter. So that's their title, man. That's their head title for the company, besides like, the other stuff like Just Dance and stuff. So with all these different kinds of missteps, and also like I think they also canceled TGS last minute as well. So with all these different kinds of missteps, I was just kind of thinking, man, like they must be they're on the downward spiral. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to get bought out or something, or plans of them trying to sell and then have a different kind of approach of how everything is going. Sure enough, the announcement, they're not necessarily an announcement, and this is early terms, and this is also, I would consider this also as speculation. But Ubisoft's Guillemot family and Tencent is reportedly considering Ubisoft buyout. They're considering it. They're not going to. They haven't officially said that they are planning on doing it. And if you don't know the Guillemot family, they are the people that created Ubisoft, the original founders of Ubisoft themselves. But now they currently own the highest stake of the company itself, but it's not a 51% stake. But they are in talks. They are talking with Tencent, which is like one of, I would say, the largest like conglomerate when you're talking about games and stuff like that. They're a Chinese tech conglomerate that's interested in teaming up to buy out Ubisoft and take the company private, take the company completely private. And so what does that mean? I think that currently Tencent only owns 9.2% of Ubisoft's voting rights, while the Guillemot family owns 20.5% themselves. So they're the largest. But if they go together, and then if they want to do a full takeover for the company itself, I mean, then it's going to be they're going to be just the private holders for this big company. I guess it just kind of tells me to myself, is that really the best move for the company, or for them to say, you know what, I think we're going to go private, and let alone, like, is this going to be something that we should be worrying about Ubisoft already? Personally, I think Ubisoft has already kind of been going on this, like I said earlier, a spiral way before this year. They haven't really like struck it, in my opinion, on like, the right tone for what they were wanting their games, and especially the amount of money that they're putting in on these games and stuff, especially Assassin's Creed, and the backlash of this Assassin's Creed, and which is crazy to me, but that's a different story as it is. But then you also have the other stuff that's not necessarily Assassin's Creed, like Prince of Persia, the new Prince of Persia, which is really good. It's a really good Prince of Persia game that came out. But obviously they're not going to be depending on the money and stuff like that from that game and stuff. But the big disappointment, like I said, was Star Wars Outlaws, which was supposed to be like a big AAA game title, and then they were going to plan on getting different kinds of experiences for this. Obviously their plans are not working the way that they were wanting to. Like, they should have definitely seen the fruits of their labors when they were changing to these kind of IPs and different kinds of things for the longest of time. However, I would say, something definitely needs to change up. But to trust Tencent and let alone the original founders for it, I don't know if that's the direction I would go. I was talking to Smitty prior to this, and I told him, I was teasing, I was like, if they are wanting to find a company or something, or if they're willing to sell to a company, I would think a company that would take care of them fairly well would be Sony, in my opinion. for it, because like they do, like how they always grow and fester up their first parties, even though theoretically they have closed some studios down, but they do a fairly good job of integrating companies into their ether, and then have them do different kinds of projects and stuff into it. But that's just my out of sight. But Tencent, I don't know if Tencent would be the same kind of way of, you know, of festering creativity the way that I think that Ubisoft can do, you know. So I just kind of want to get y'all's opinions. Like, do you feel like what do you think about where Ubisoft stands right now? You know, like it's kind of sad when I think about it. But what do y'all think about it so far?
Well, I mean, I think in the words of Junin, I kind of felt like Ubisoft has been trashed for a hot minute. And you're right. They've just made bad decisions after bad decisions. Look at Skull and Bones. For example, I was surprised you didn't even say anything about Skull and Bones. Dude, Skull and
Bones is out of sight, out of mind.
I forgot about it.
Skull and Bones is out of my vocabulary. So excited for it. That game has changed so much throughout the initial time when I was so hyped for it to what we got. So
we got.
Yeah, Skull and Bones just pisses me off. So that's why I don't even bring that up. But continue.
So yeah, they've been on a very downward spiral for quite some time, and frankly, what it comes down to, and this is kind of what I've been seeing, just kind of follow along with this stuff, is that number one, it became about profit margins. And that it no longer became about the games, the communities, none of that. And I'm actually kind of glad that one of these minority groups said, yo, you guys are tripping. Your guys' stocks have been steadily declining, you know, for I don't know how long, like it's been declining, but at least throughout this year, for sure, probably in the last year. You've got things like Star Wars Outlaws. People can get hyped about this game. It's a Star Wars IP. It sells itself unless you're Ubisoft. And then you want to do things like paywall, you know, content that clearly is already done that could be made into the game, but you've built a seasonal pass or a battle pass. I don't even know what kind of pass they have, but like that kind of stuff is such a turn off to me as a gamer. To me, that is absolutely blatant. And I just can't be a part of it. Not only that, but we also know if you look at history, Ubisoft games tend to go on sale rather quickly from their launch date. So I have absolutely zero problem waiting for it to go on sale or something like that before picking it up. Now, they did just drop a media update, their update Title 2 that really focused on like their stealth mechanics. I know that's been a problem. Ton of like bug fixes and things like that. Again, I've kind of stayed away from people streaming it because I do plan on playing it at some point in time. So, you know, I'd like to be able to experience it fresh, and I will wait till they get all these shenanigans and it goes on sale to pick it up. But yeah, this to me makes sense. They've got to make some sort of change. Do I think the founding brothers and Tencent is the best move? I don't know, because you know, again, it depends on how much power would Tencent, how much say would they have? What does that breakdown look like in terms of if they were? Because if they did do it, it would no longer be a public company. No, they would make it a private company. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's going to be huge. And I think there are some benefits to that, because you no longer have shareholders that you're beholden to try to, you know, make profits, make them money. So maybe then they can get back to hey, let's take a better look. Let's take a better focus at the games that we're producing and putting out there, instead of just doing, you know, garbage. But I think,
but it really depends. But
you made a good point on what Tencent does and what they can do, say with the freaking Assassin's Creed series, where, I mean, dude, you can just create 1 billion different stories from that alone. They don't even have to make any more types of games. They'll just focus on that shit or whatever. Not to mention, I think that this sale, I think there might be some truth to this, because we also just had the vice president of the Rainbow Six series resign here the other day. It's Cameron Lee. just resigned here the other day. And I feel like when moves are happening, you start seeing those C-suite level people resigning and moving. So that could be indicative of some truth to that speculation.
Yeah, but like I think it also really depends on like, you know, like I don't mind private companies. 'Cause I mean, private companies, yeah, you're right. I mean, like you would if you don't want to behold your, you know, have other outside entities to be pushing what you're wanting to push or making what you're wanting to make. Then yeah, do what you're then be private. I mean, look at Larian Studios. Larian Studios is a private company, as a private industry. So, but I'm just saying, like depending on who it is what I'm saying, because like I think.
Fair.
I think Tencent is, don't get me wrong, Tencent knows how to make money. I'm not denying that, but like I fear that if they do get into Tencent's hands or of some sort, like, and I mean I guess they really don't have nothing to lose at this point because it doesn't seem like Ubisoft is getting any better per se, but like if I fear that they're going to lose the complete identity, the complete identity of what they're wanting to create, what they are wanting to create, or ideas of maybe open ideas to create. But I guess in a way though too, they've been making a lot of crap. So except for Prince of Persia, like I said, Prince of Persia is a really good game. If you haven't played it, you should definitely play it. It's a really, really good game that came out this year. So, but it's not it's nowhere near to a title or a hold on for a AAA title, you know, for it. It's just that the AAA titles have just been so stale, stagnant, and then now controversial because of the people hating on Shadows right now. We don't know what to expect of what Shadows is going to be. Broke. Yeah, or something like that. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to expect. But like now, Shadows is now coming out at a year that, like, you know, people are going to be waiting for Ghost of Yote, and I don't know if that's going to be vindictive.
They're saying they're all woke. They're all woke.
I don't know, man, but it's crazy. It's crazy. So,
Lex, what are your thoughts on it?
You guys touched upon a lot of stuff that I was thinking. So we talk about the games that have come out over the last couple years, and they're supposed to be AAA games. I'm making quotations, but my hands don't work very well. They're supposed to be AAA games, and we got them. The games get in our hands, and they're pieces of junk. They're not finished. Mm-hmm. The storyline has plot holes, and we always say, well, apparently some shareholder got mad and forced them to release this piece of junk, right? Here's my thought. The whole time you guys are talking about moves, my only thought was, please, because here's the thing. My Alice game is stuck with Ubisoft. They have the rights. They refuse to give them up. If they are moved to a different company like Tencent or Sony, it would be so smart of them. It has got a cult following to turn around and make the game that he presented in like a 400-page booklet. Like, we were funding it with plushies and like buying from his website to like help him fund this. My only thought is, please, Ubi, let it go. Just let it go, because then all of their IPs that they have control over can then be dispersed to whoever's willing to make those games and actually do them justice, right? Ubisoft has sucked for me for so long. Like, the only Ubisoft game I think I touch in the last 2 years is Uno. That's it. That's it. And it is a Steam game, but it opens up in the Ubisoft software. I don't know why, which always is a problem for at least two people that are playing Uno with us. But I digress. Ubisoft has been doing shit work for a long time. They've been doing subpar. And I'm so sick of people being, oh, everything's woke. I don't think you understand the definition. Please go back, open a dictionary, get your head out of your ass, because I'm tired of hearing it. I don't think you understand what it means. That's everybody's excuse anyway, never mind. I'm gonna stop.
I feel like that's a whole...
Yeah, that feels like that's going to be a whole different can of worms in itself. Right, Jesus.
But the whole go woke, go broke. Besides that, Ubisoft has been putting out not even subpar games. They're glitchy. They don't work. How are you paying this much money for these people to create such trash for then... You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand.
But that's not the point, though. Like, the point...
They didn't do Jedi Survivor, right? They did not do Jedi Survivor. That was EA?
Yeah.
Okay. But they did do Moria.
Junie knows.
I don't know Moria. No, Moria was what's it called? Not Savvy Games.
Epic. That's Epic, isn't it?
No, the group that the group that was going to try to get that money from Savvy Games.
Oh, the Embracer Group.
Embracer Group. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought
right.
American McGee Alice was EA, not Ubi. That's what I was thinking. I for the longest time I was like, is that right? Because I thought I wasn't really sure. I mean, you have to check that. But like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we know that Ubi's quality is bad. But do we think? But is the reason? But like to say that the reason, like to say that they're going that like people are interested in saying that they're going to fix it is going to be with going into the private sector, especially with Tencent and the Guillemot. I don't know if I'm pronouncing their names right. Forgive me if I am wrong on it, but like the Guillemot family.
Guillemot.
Guillemot.
Yeah, I don't know how to
you.
pronounce it either.
Yeah, to do it, and I just think that it's like I would say yes, and I would say no. I guess that would be my answer. You know. Yeah, so
anything that has a woman or a person of color as a lead is woke now.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
it's
didn't know
awful.
that?
Oh, and how dare you not make her tits bounce when she walks?
Can we get some more jiggle physics in,
smaller.
please?
Yeah, shut up.
yeah, but
It's
Jesus.
wild. You guys know that there's a game, it just went into early access called
What?
PAX DEI. I said, the anti-DEI folk are going to hate this. It's got nothing to do. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. But
the irony of it too, of all of it, is going to be the fact that those people, the same people, are not going to play it. They're just going to show a lot of fake anger on it. But it is what it is. Like I said, don't want to get into it, but let's go. We'll go into it. Oh God.
Pick me. You guys are correct. It is EA. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how I got that confused. Pardon me. I'm loopy these days.
Publishers got confused.
It is EA.
It's a lot of different publishers out there.
There's a bunch.
Yeah. No,
Last week I got confused about Remedy. I didn't know that Alan Wake and what's it called was in the same universe.
I was like, they are literally in the same universe.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know.
I feel like Ubisoft was in the talks for the third game though, so maybe that's why I'm getting. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, apologies. But regardless, there are other IPs that Ubisoft has that they aren't making games for, and I think if they are moved to private or not private like Sony, that's yay for me because they do have other IPs that I've been wanting them to continue with, and they're like, not right now. I'm going to put out this bullshit instead.
But like, the whole thing is like, it's a little weird to me because like, do you remember when they were going to get bought out a long time ago when the Switch, like I believe it was before when the Switch first came out.
Yeah.
And then
it fell through.
It was
before COVID.
No, but it was going to be a Vivendi takeover. Like they were going to buy more stocks to get to own the company, to own it. Like that was the threat. Like it wasn't going to be by choice. They were going to force themselves to buy it.
A hostile takeover.
Exactly. It was going to be a hostile takeover. But then at the time, the CEO at the time, like pulled on heartstrings to say for that to not succeed. And then during that time, I mean, I guess it's not saying much, but that was the time when Ubisoft was at its strength, you know, at its strongest, to be honest with you, like because they didn't want to get bought out. And then you remember the guy who did Mario versus Rabbids and stuff, like, and then he was very he was very sentimental about it. Yeah, but really good. I mean, that was a really good game at the time too. So I mean, like it felt like when they didn't want to get the takeover, it's like they know they can make the games that they need to, but it's just like they need that kind of level of stress to be like, oh no, we're not gonna get taken over. But this time, I don't know if they're gonna fall if they're gonna survive something like this, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. We'll definitely see how that goes. But yeah, but anyways, just I'm keeping an eye on Ubisoft. I hope that they turn around, like or whatever move that they take. Although the only thing for me personally is I hope Tencent doesn't pick it up because Tencent has a ton of groups underneath them. They don't need another one like this. And hopefully see what the alternative is on the next plan of action for Ubisoft's hopefully slow decline, you know. So anyways. Let's go with Lex. What are you bringing to the table?
I was going to type, thanks for fact checking me, guys. You guys are our fourth co-host, just so you guys know. So thank you. No, thank you for fact checking me on the fly. I appreciate it. Listen, I've had 4 brain surgeries. They can't fix everything. I couldn't remember the word for microwave or dishwasher multiple times this week. Okay. I also called the oven something funny, like the automatic house warmer or something. I don't know. Okay. Ladies, take a seat. Guys, gays, thems, we all love Henry Cavill. We all love him. I'm sorry, I say Cavill, it's Cavill. Henry Cavill. We love Henry Cavill. He's not just a great actor, but he's a great person. I think that's why we're all invested in him for one reason or another. Whether it's his love for Warhammer 40K or his movies. He's just a fantastic guy. But there's been some stuff going on in Space Marines too. So if you don't know, he posted recently a screenshot, and I do have the link for Davis to pull it up. I can't see it, so maybe you guys can if you can bigify it on your end. But he is showing that he's playing Space Marines, and on where his username would be is just over it, he put nope, so nobody knows what his username is. So they are warning people. Okay, be loyal to the cause, be respectful. And this is from Saber Interactive and Focus. It has been reported that some players were displaying hurtful behaviors or comments in game. We do not tolerate that and will take action to prevent it. First and foremost, we kindly ask you to remain respectful, mature, and mannerly with your fellow Space Marines. You never know how old the other player can be, how their day is going, how sensitive they may be. And I would like to note that some people are in literal active war zones right now. Overall, you never know who your brothers and sisters are. ... It can even mean winky face. You don't want to insult Henry Cavill, brother. No, you don't. So just fair warning, you could come into contact with him in the game. He is playing PvP. Now, there are some other updates real quick. Last week, or not last week, but the week before, I wasn't here last week. My topic was very heavy and long, so I'm trying to give you guys some fun stuff this week. I had Adam fact check me on the pronunciations because I don't play Space Marines 2, but I do watch at Warhammer 40K. He finds all these fun videos. I love it. So the season 2 is going to run from October. It has not started yet. I don't believe they have an exact date. I tried to find if they've narrowed it down, but October until the end of 2024 is season 2 for Space Marines 2. So it looks as if they are going to open another area, which, if I'm not mistaken, is in Kadaku. And basically, you're going to be fighting the Tyranids again. So it's going to be an invasion. The planet's organic material is being transformed into a biomass, and Tyranid capillary towers stretch high into the skies above, where the hive ships wait to taste their victory. So it looks like a lot of fun new updates are coming. Of course, they are going to do just a general update in little patches here and there in regards to the game. So patch 3.0 made a seemingly innocuous change, but they've discussed like other things that are coming as far as improvements. So new operations map, a new enemy, a harder difficulty level, a new weapon, and various other improvements. So as far as the game goes, everybody's loving it, including Henry Cavill. So guys, be kind to your fellow players. You don't know what their day is like, and you don't know if it's the lovely Henry Cavill. And if you make him upset, I will come after you.
Okay, I'm not understanding. So what? So are they mad because they didn't get his gamer tag, or were they trying to? Well, but you said they're
trying to figure out who he is.
They're trying to make a petition to do it, or what?
No,
that's what I'm not understanding.
So Henry Cavill posted that he's playing PvP Warhammer. And over his username, he put nope. So you don't know who you're playing. But it has gotten back to the creators of Warhammer. So Saber Interactive and Focus. Correct. So were they acting a fool to Henry? maybe. But they were acting a fool in his comment section a bit too. It got drowned out, of course, by people who adore him. But it's gone back to them. So they're threatening, and what that's going to look like, we don't know. Could it be a permaban? Possibly. Could it be, you can't play for 2 weeks?
That's just funny to me. But like,
yeah.
I think overall, like, I mean, the best way to really describe this is the internet being the freaking internet. I mean, there's no way that there's really no way that people are going to, or like people don't care about personal space or anything when it comes to that, and let alone etiquette, about this kind of stuff, is the fact that if a person says no to you, then they're going to try to make an outcry for it. So now, to say that I'm surprised for that reaction, no, I'm not surprised. I guess the biggest thing is just that, I mean, I'm glad that who made this? Was it Saber Interactive? It's Saber Interactive,
and then it was published by Focus.
Yeah. So Saber Interactive made this. I'm glad that they were on top of it fast, but like, they can only do so much to do it and stuff. And I know, and secondly, dude, like this, like a lot of, you may not know this, and this is not a surprise, but a lot of famous people play a lot of games. Do they have their, and do you want to know their freaking tags? No, because you know what's going to happen if they get those freaking tags? They're going to get doxxed the hell out of each other. So like, why would you want that? Is the question, because they know you want to be hidden under the cloak of animosity, anonymity. Jeez, I can't even say that. But anonymity to do it, because like then you're gonna just be like, people are just gonna be like, oh, you know who I took out today? And it's like, oh, so and so. It's going to be like that constantly, and so you're gonna make that person quit and not want to play. You're like, there's a reason why Justin Wong doesn't say his name is Justin Wong, because they know that there's like, oh crap, I'm playing this guy. It's like, no, his name is Wasler, which is by this time he's going to probably change his name again, because it's now Kryptonite in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'm just saying. But anyways,
oh, he changed it?
No, I'm saying I won't be surprised if he does change it, because it's now people's caught on. I'm just saying, but it's I mean it is like it is. Like I said, it is what it is. People just acting a fool on the internet. Nothing you can do about it but to just be like, okay, guys, just stop being a dick and just try on.
Right. Well, Ginny says, is it special treatment? I don't think so, because there's a lot of games right now that are not tolerating it anymore. They're done with people's BS. Yeah. And I think it probably didn't come from him. I mean, he's an avid gamer. He's probably used to he probably doesn't even get on mic, to be quite honest, unless he's playing with a group of friends. But
people he knows, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's not just accepting random invites from people, But I don't think it's special treatment. I think games are cracking down on it. I'm happy, because if you're a girl in any lobby, if you talk just to say like, hey guys, how's your day going? The awful things that come out of these men's mouths would shock and appall you.
Well, it does. She is a girl, so she understands that. but I'm just
sure
saying, I'm just saying that,
I kind of see what Junan's saying, though, because like, are they taking that same type of fervor with everybody?
Yes,
that is, or is it just limited to Henry and his experience?
I don't feel like I feel like the blatant statement that they
they're riffing off of his
the reason why they said something is because it happened to Henry Cavill.
That was like the catalyst.
That was the catalyst.
Look, we are taking okay.
However, the statement isn't saying because you're bothering Henry Cavill. They're just saying in general as a blatant statement that you don't know who you're playing. You don't know who you're facing or any of these situations. So stop being like, you don't know if this person's a 5-year-old, or heaven forbid if you're playing this is 5 years old. That's other bigger problems that you want to get into it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You'll know you'll know who you're playing. And then the fact that like, playing. It's so that the fact that you're going to be talking the way you talk, especially let alone like because of that, that's the reason why I don't put the speakers on multiplayer when I play random.
That's what Scyther is saying. As soon as you make communication active and not just preset responses, you open the game up to toxicity. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy Star Wars Hunters. You got emotes. That's all you can do is emote. Mm-hmm. That's it. You can't even, obviously you can teabag and stuff like that, but there's no like direct communication to speak with people. Even though I'm not even gonna lie, dude, there's been times I've wanted to get toxic, just because like a dude's just standing around going AFK, we're in rank. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
NT.
so I'll emote in their face or something.
Yeah. No, I mean, Smitty knows, like, when we used to play Overwatch as a trio, and sometimes you'd have a fourth, I wouldn't say anything in the group. Like, if we had randos joining, I was only talking to them because it would just get bad. And then one of the boys would get mad and then they would respond. It's like, let's just avoid it, you know?
Yeah.
And one of the guys in our group would be in the group chat so they could hear the other two. You know what I mean? So we were getting the messages, but it was just being relayed and they were muted but could hear them. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's just Henry Cavill. They were riffing off of his Instagram post, and it was like, hey, just a friendly reminder. Because again, we do have people in active like war zones, like in Israel, who are playing right now, who are under the dome. You know, like we have a lot of friends. Like Blue is in Israel. He has rough days, you know, and you don't know what his day was like, right? So it's one of those. Just be kind to your neighbor. You don't know, and we're all friends here. Just get over yourself.
You know what? Yeah. You know what though? It would have been a different story. Like I'm not even mad at that kind of.
Then. Bye.
I'm not even mad about like it's just the fact that a person that's famous like Cavill to be aware of it. I know it's sad for it to happen, but hey, at the same time, it's good that it is because that's also telling like they're not saying it for his sake. They're just saying it as a general community, you know. It's not they're not treating it like they're not going to say be like, okay, it's like guys leave. It's like you guys of the internet, please leave Henry Cavill alone. He's just trying to have a chill day or anything like that. They're not trying to cater to that. And unfortunately, if it takes a person as big as that to be aware to be a person like a big star to be doing that to say something. To do that you're acting a fool, then I mean, then I'm just glad that they actually acted accordingly, and I think they did the right thing. Like I said, they can only do so much.
I think so too, right? Yeah. And like again, you can pay for something, and the company permabans you. That's on you, man. Like at the end of the day, the consequences of your actions. You can't ask for a refund if they banned you because of your conduct, right? So, you know, it is. I'm not mad at it. Bye, Felicia. You know, just God, some people, you know.
You know what's funny? These people wouldn't last 3 minutes in the original COD lobbies. Yeah, I know. Well, good thing. But it's a good. I mean, that was good. That's good. It's actually kind of hilarious that you replied back, NT. But it's hilarious that Jackson came in. But it's actually funny. But
he wasn't here for that part. I don't think.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hi, NT.
It's hilarious. But anyways. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. We'll see. I really want to play this game, dude. I really want to play this game. This looks really good. I know
everyone keeps telling me it's good,
dude.
And I have no I've never played a Warhammer.
You don't need to.
And I know you don't have to do it, but like I've never had an interest in them ever.
Okay, Smitty, you cat the kiddos. You need to come over. We've redone the whole downstairs. We've got the coolest, comfiest couch you've ever sat on in your life, and we will put all of the Warhammer videos up on the big screen. And I'm glued when it comes on. It's so good. It's so neat to see these backstories and the women faction against the men, and like it's so cool.
The lore
I enjoy
Space
it. I want to do
insane. Yeah.
I want to do the figurines, but these things don't work. So I get to watch videos of Henry doing them, and I go.
Just imagine you doing painting
on Twitch.
What?
What is it? Figurines and makers or something like that.
Oh,
they did.
It's not just art; they're breaking it down.
They're getting into more niche.
I like that
things. They also did Lego and brick building. Is a new one as well.
We
actually what?
We have what's his name would be perfect for
Snake Eyes, dude.
Well, Snake Eyes is definitely for Lego building, but like, what's his
Ravage?
Ravage, thank you. Yeah, Ravage would be perfect for
painting. That's true.
He's been taking a break too.
That and Breach.
They should have a section called high stakes Legos, aka IKEA furniture, and that's where I would come in. You know,
I am a IKEA furniture builder content
I
creator.
love it. High stakes Legos is my jam.
I'm an IKEA builder / love sack buyer. Can I
Don't tell people. They're gonna look up how much I paid for my couch. Yeah. I know. The love sack, they did a giveaway today, and I can't find where the announcement is.
Oh, they pretend
I
they
love
did
my
a
love
giveaway.
sack couch. So, oh my god, it's so good.
Just imagine you're playing a better version of Gears of War. That's what it reminded me of, was Gears of War. And I would like to play the RTS because I love a good real-time strategy.
Yeah.
I will find a way to get into that series.
It looks fun.
Yeah. Maybe,
Don't even go with this. Don't even do a series, bro. Like, dude, just play 2. You're not going to play the other ones.
Just play it.
Just play 2.
Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
You don't know me.
I do know you. I know you're the guy. It's going to be still pending. How many single games still to this day? So I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm gonna start.
The look on your face is just priceless to me.
When we hit November, I'm gonna start making a list of all of the games he's playing and check mark them off when he finishes them. That's what I'm going to
do. I feel like you can spend your energy in a lot better way. You don't need to do that.
You really could.
What I'm going to do, why you put me up? That's for your sake. Like, you don't need to take the time.
I don't mind because it's fun and I forget. Also, Junie, I could do without instructions if I can still see a photo. Like, you know, when you're doing the puzzle and you can look at the top of the box, as long as I can see the photo, I'm in. I almost thought about working for TaskRabbit, but because these don't work, I take a lot longer to build things.
Whoa, so, back up. There's an RTS Warhammer. I did not know that. What's that one called?
That's what Delsa's saying. Is it a
real-time strategy?
I know what the fucking RTS is. Is it a board game or is it a digital game?
I'm gonna pee my pants. Stop.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry I have to mansplain that to you, Smitty, but
he already knew what it was. No. I'm gonna pee my pants and my lashes are gonna fall off. How dare you? Stop it.
Okay.
Welcome to my world, Smitty.
Nope, no photos. Those are still instructions. Okay.
No. Have you looked at IKEA instructions lately? They're like, oh, go to the website and just watch your video. They don't give you instructions. They're like, these are what you get. And 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, it's done. You're like, nah. What does this do? Hello? And they're like, oh, just go to your website. It doesn't work.
So Smitty denied my mansplanation to him about what an RTS is. I don't know what I can do. I'm screwed. Anyway,
I'm shocked he didn't get up and walk away.
I almost did. So I quit. I'm done.
No.
That's a different website, Scyther.
You have to pay for that.
What's it called? So let's go with Smitty's last topic. What are you bringing to the table, my friend?
Yeah,
that's a good financial idea.
And I know that some of you guys have been following along some of the stuff that's been going on over at Epic Games, obviously with the Digital Markets Act over in the EU and in the UK. This has opened up Epic Games to be able to do not only obviously not just Epic Games, but the focus has really been on Epic Games, obviously because over here they've been a big battle with Apple, but they now they're able to get Fortnite going, but more importantly, they're able to get their Epic Games store as an app on mobile phones.
Officially?
It's been not here.
Oh, okay.
In the UK,
I thought it was
EU.
done. Damn it!
Not
all right, never mind.
No. I imagine it will be coming at some point.
I was building furniture all week. Apologies. I thought I got a little excited there.
No,
never
we're
mind.
not there yet. However, they are putting themselves in a good place. They plan on, by the end of this year, not only launching their second free games program. You can go to their launcher and get free games. This one is going to be focused on mobile. What they're really looking to do, not only in terms of free games, giving that out, they're also going to be giving and opening up tools for developers, along with a reduced commission fee for Unreal if a game was made in Unreal Engine, as well as other tools from their storefront. So they're making a big push into mobile, and I think this could be huge, especially because there was
Smart.
the Unreal Engine, or there was the Unreal Fest here like a week or so ago. They just launched Unreal Engine 5.5. There's all kinds of changes that are coming with that. We just heard that Valorant's going over to Unreal.
What?
All kinds of stuff. Yeah,
I missed a whole week. Damn.
Well, that's not a week. That's not a week. They've been wanting to move to Unreal for a while because of the drama that's happening with what's it called? I can never remember Epic system. Epic system.
Riot. Oh, is it Epic?
Not Epic. Whatever the program.
Riot.
Was it Riot? No.
I think it's Riot.
No,
you might be right. It might be Epic.
I meant how the game is created. It's either Unreal or it's either
Unity.
Unity, thank you, golly. With Unity,
yeah.
So,
are you catching my? I didn't know I was contagious. I'm so sorry, Davis.
No, I've just been. This is a lot to remember.
Age.
This is a lot of stuff.
I know.
Yeah, and I'm old.
There was a lot.
Yeah,
At your right,
man.
68. You're doing great.
Yeah, Unity.
And you look
thank you.
fantastic.
Yes, thank you.
23 pounds.
This is absolutely huge, I think, for mobile developers. I love the fact that they're putting a spotlight on that mobile with their store and whatnot in preparations to really get some, because, there's a lot of mobile games that are, just kind of trash games. So I would love to see more actual games come to that story. The fact that they're going to be, they're launching their second free games program. If anything, I've been waiting for them to stop doing that. So the fact that they're moving forward and even increasing with them doing a mobile version of that as well, I think is huge. I think it's going to draw in more people to check that stuff out. And then in terms of people that are developing games, being able to have this mobile option, not only that, they're providing you tools to reduce commission fee if you're building in Unreal Engine 5. I think it's freaking huge. I think this is going to set the stage for a lot of indie developers and even bigger developers to be able to, like, all right, maybe we look at doing it via Epic, just because we have these, or including it in, as opposed to just being like, nah, we're not even going to worry about this. So I've really been waiting to see like a mobile game, not developer, but like essentially publisher, come out and really take to the forefront of that space. And we have other people that have games and stuff like that, obviously Tencent and the one that Microsoft just bought that had, I can't remember their name. What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
You're muted.
It's Bob.
It's not Bob. But yeah, I think it's, I think it's fantastic. I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were on this, especially the fact they're moving forward with this, with the Digital Markets Act and all that stuff going through on the EU.
I have a question.
Gosh.
So I see that we have a scroll going on the what is this on the live?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick question: are all of these games that are being shown going to be on mobile, or is this okay?
It's just that's Epic Game Store.
Some of them are, but this is just the Epic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's just the Epic library.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. I just got really excited that maybe Void Bastards would be on my cell phone because, that would be fun. I mean, I can do that with my finger.
We need to play some more of that again, dude.
Dude, I love Void Bastards. Ghostbusters too.
I think you can get it if you have an Android phone, right? I think it's specifically iOS that you can't.
However, the Android phone in our house is Adam's, and I don't know if you guys know this. Not only does he play computer games all day long while he is working, beating said games, and then opening another one halfway through his day at lunch, he is also playing phone games at the same time. He will fall asleep at night watching TV with his phone. I don't know, there's a battle going on the screen, and then he's snoring like a chainsaw next to me, and the phone is like, we won. I'm like, cool, what do I do? And so I just turn it off and plug his phone in. He does. There you go. Oh, there's New Void Bastards. There's the second one.
Wild Bastards.
He plays phone games all day long. So I'm surprised. He's not allowed to look at this store. So
You know
That's
what?
all.
Like, I will say
We can
this
do
though.
just- yeah.
Yeah, I will say this though. It's actually kind of funny. Like, you just gave Epic an inch, and they're just taking it all, like, as much as they possibly can. Because it seems like they're working pretty fast with this, running with this announcement. Because I mean, this announcement is not even a month old, and like now you're telling me like they're pushing on what they're pushing in on the in the landscape of Apple iOS. And I guess the real question is, because like I've always wondered, because Apple games themselves didn't really have, I mean, it's still something, I think it's still more different than what Apple, the Apple games that they provide on their on the phone app,
the game store.
Yeah, the game store.
No, this is very different. So I have an Apple. I think Smitty does too. I feel like the only like real phone games that, I mean, you can get like Sudoku and all that kind of stuff. Me and Kat were playing the Phase 10 version on the phone, which is crazy. But I feel like Candy Crush is the main one. I don't really look up phone games on my iPhone anymore, because the ones that I want to play are usually only for Android. So I get in this like, oh, I get excited for a phone game. Yeah, I can play that. That looks interesting. Cool. Dexterity, I can play that. And then I go to look it up, and Adam's doing it at the same time. And I go, oh, it's not on. Am I typing it in wrong? He goes, no, it's only on Android. I found it. I got it. Here you go. And then he starts playing it. And I'm like, this sucks.
But here's the question though too, because I guess another thing would be like, you would have to have it inside the Epic Game Store. Like your game would have to be specifically in the Epic Game Store itself.
It would be their own
not
separate.
necessarily. But yeah, no. But I'm talking about like if you had the game, but it wasn't on the Epic Game Store, you wouldn't be able to retrieve it. It would have to be in their app. Like there's games on.
I don't know how that works, to be honest.
Okay, I just don't know. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because it could just be like a separate app that you're downloading. You know what I mean? Because I feel like
I know the answer.
Oh,
so if I remember the court documents that I read correctly, at least for the EU, this is how Apple is allowing this. So for instance, let's say you want to play Fortnite, right? It's in the Epic Game Store. You go to your Apple Store, you download the Epic Games, and then you are opening it through the Epic Games Store app through Apple Store. So it is its own, it's its own entity. The only thing that Apple comes in with is, for instance, like on Fortnite, you're going to buy a character's outfit and a dance, right? I believe a separate payment pop-up is what they were discussing. Like it is through Epic, but also an Apple thing will pop up too from their store, because they get a percentage. So it's a little weird on that end, but it is their own as far as the court documents in the EU state. So
I'm just gonna do what Scyther said and just say stop buying iPhones. I'm just gonna. I mean, I'm not saying that. Not saying I've done like. Not saying that I've ever bought an iPhone, but I'm never gonna buy an iPhone, dude. Like, if this is too much, and it's not like I play games anyways on my phone, but it's just. I mean, I've always thought that having more competition, having more like competition, is gonna make it better. And right. I'm glad to see this, but like at the same time, I'm like wondering. I guess I just wanting to know. Because I do know that you do have that whoever does put an app like this on an iOS is going to have to pay some sort of level of a royalty to it. I just think it's right. Really a moot point. I mean, that would be really a moot point at that point. It's not like you're getting anything less or anything more. It's like, I got an iPhone, but I'm playing this on the Epic app. I mean, it's like it just seems like it's an illusional choice to choose that, because it's not like any better or any worse. Is all I'm saying.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, for instance, if you bought it at the Apple on the Apple Store, you're buying the game, itself, and then you're paying whatever the charge is. Let's say you bought the Epic. Let's say you installed this program specifically on the iOS, on the Apple iOS. You would still buy the game through Epic iOS. However, you're still paying a royalty to Apple because they're allowing the Epic iOS to
right.
be on their platform. So essentially,
go ahead. Sorry.
What? Yeah, and essentially,
I thought you were pausing.
Yeah, essentially, you're just letting you're justly paying the same thing It's just that the money's being split in a different way, in a different percentage. I guess either more on the Epic side than it is on the Apple side, I suppose. But I don't know. I think it was like a 1% or 2% or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So like again, if you have Fortnite on Apple iOS through the Epic Store to purchase your little outfit and dance, you would go to it would direct you to the Apple Store to then buy the credits to use in the Epic Store. Is what the court documents are saying. It's just a redirect. Yeah. It is huge for us Apple people.
It's huge because Apple takes 30% of everything.
Fuck people. Mm-hmm. That's why there's no indie games on Apple iOS, because they screwed the indie people over with that percentage.
That was the whole reason for the whole thing going through, is the fact they're taking such a huge chunk, not just purchasing games, but being able to purchase tokens, in-game tokens, things like that. Which was the biggest thing, and that is the whole driving motivator, behind that stuff. And don't get me wrong, it's not just Apple. Google does it too. I think it's just less of a severe cut. But the whole goal is so that Apple is not able to monopolize like their stores, and like how that like everything has to go through them, so they get a cut. And they determine what that cut is.
Yeah,
they just don't let you beyond that.
Right.
And that's millions of people and phones that you're not able to reach because Apple's deciding whether or not they're going to let you in. Either you pay my ridiculous fee or you go fuck yourself. Right. Basically is what they're saying.
Well, and it would be a double dip in that regard too on the Apple side. That's why like Adam's spicy games that he plays on his phone, he gets through the internet. Sure, I don't know. The spicy games he plays on his
people on the bus.
Listen, it's not that spicy. Sometimes the girls just don't have a top on.
He plays spicy games, and that's hilarious to me.
Listen, sometimes their bikini tops fall off or whatever. They're little anime people. Anyway,
not making it any better for him, but okay. Continue.
But
just send me the names of them so I can do my own research.
For science.
The whole point, though, is to get those games through those indie developers, you have to go to their website and download it. You can do that on Android. You cannot do that on Apple iOS.
Right.
So I just get to watch over his shoulder. And then I press the buttons to make their bikini fall off.
Oh, my God.
It's a family affair, okay? Listen. He said it. For real. We had a whole game, and it was like, oh, yeah, we beat the level. I can take something else off now. Boop, boop.
Oh,
it's like strip poker.
It was, yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was like Kill a Kill, but like they were like all different ones, and they all had little personalities. They're adorable.
Oh, God.
I have to tell you guys a hilarious story after off stream sometime.
Oh, please. I'm going to write that down. Ask Smitty to tell me hilarious story. Got it.
Folks, thank you for listening to episode number 238 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with a whole new set of different kinds of topics and discussions, and we'd like you, the listeners and viewers, to always be a part with us. So if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We do release it on all podcast services each and every week at the beginning of each week, so there is absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices.
Together now. Ooh. Yes. I missed you, buddy. I always do it by myself when you're not
so
here.
Y'all are so unaligned because of how long it's been. That's what
that was perfect. We did it together.
It's called harmonizing, my friend.
Thank you.
Don't tell me what to do. Anyways. Guys, be sure to follow us on our YouTube page, the CFG channel. There's a new episode of Fat Nerd Chronicles, episode 3 that's currently out, and definitely check that out. But as always, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing out. Y'all, take it easy.
Bye-bye.